Hi guys, here I am again with a new series on GIs. Why GIs, you may ask? Well, this is a channel about the business opportunities from around the world for doing business with Europe. And around the world there are a lot of rural areas, and GIs has to do with rural areas. And I think it would be a good opportunity to take this issue to your home, wherever you are in Southeast Asia, in Africa, in South America, I don't know where, but this may be an idea for you to get to a business model and to get acquainted with a possibility to make your money in rural areas. Some of you, they gave me also some feedback that this would be a suitable topic to discuss, so here we are. This is the first video of a series of videos which I will address, in which I will address all these issues around GIs. When I say GIs, I tell you this is a generic way. I address this here in the first video, that indications of source or appellation d'origine or PGI or PDO, of what there are other things which has to do with GIs. I will get into this in another video, the collective marks or the certification marks. So these are technical terms. I will get this into another video, but if I say GIs, so it comprises all this, right? Now, if you I would rather give you some thinking process here to make it with you. GIs has to do with the rural area you are in. Now, you know that rural area very well, and you have chosen not to go to the industrial sites, to the cities or so, where others have gone. You chose rightly probably to stay in the rural area, perhaps for the quality of life, because you know that your relative has gone and has told you that the air is very bad and the space where you live is very scarce, and well, you have numerous opportunity of dependent work, but there are some backdrops there. So this is the reason why you stay in the rural area and you grow your crop, your vegetables, your whatever it is, the meat, the cattle you care of, and you have chosen the better quality of life, to know your food, what you are eating, and so on. Now, if you're in this rural area and your family are in this area, you have some idea about how this area works. And you know the climatology, the microclimate in this area. Probably, you know, there's a certain humidity, an altitude, a temperature, there's this quality of soil, there is the change of the temperature, winter, summer, and so, well, you know all this. And you know a bit history of that area. You know, for example, that there was a restaurant who had a certain recipe which was fantastic, and it has its main ingredient something which grow over there. Or you may think of your grandmother who has done this and that, and it tasted greatly, and you don't find this anymore else. Or there is something which is get traction, where you're famous for within your area, and well, you take it a step further. Now, often it is about the peaches or the pineapples or the vegetables or the meat, and this is a dangerous thing with regard to what I propose to you. Dangerous in the sense of a commodity trap. I've briefly addressed commodity trap in another video. Commodity trap, in order to repeat it, it is the possibility to sell on the local market a certain product, which is a raw product, a cherry or peach or pineapple, on the market, and well, you may go along you may do quite okay with it for a certain time, but it is supply and demand. At a certain moment, another competitor of yours, a neighbor, who does the same products, produces the same products, goes on the market and wants to sell its products as well, and got a dime less than yours. Now, he is selling his product and you are not. And you're not happy with that, right? So what you have to do is to go another dime down with regard to his price, and then you sell your products and the other does not. And the other doubles down, and so you got in a spiral, and you got down and down until you get to a moment where nobody is financially rewarded with regard to the effort you put into producing the product. So at the end, this is a commodity trap where the people around supply and demand, the supply is increasing, the demand is steady, and guess what? Yes, the price goes down, and with that, it goes down your business model. Then you change to another product, which probably there's not around very much in the area. So you are the first to have this product. And then you are very well rewarded on the market with regard to that product. But the neighbor that sees that you're well rewarded with that product, that is in the same area, I will do this product well, supply increases, the demand is steady, and again, prices. So this is all around, this is the natural evolution of the agricultural prices. It is not only the competitor, maybe also that technology changes, that against the diseases, that you don't have to do some treatment against that disease because it is resistance. There's a new plant which is resistant again, so it's cheaper. And then, you know, all this kind happens, and the end result is always the same. Prices go down and you're not financially rewarded. So the route out of it is a geographical indication. And geographical indication is what? Your neighbor was your competitor. The other neighbor was also your competitor. Now, with a GI, it becomes your ally. You're not anymore alone. So this is completely different than the other trademarks where you have one company, one trademark, they defend yourself, they will be the winner in the market, and that's it. No, here it is different. The GI gives you the possibility to have the association which supports you. So all the agricultural people within the same area, the climatological area, the same methods of production, etc., you agree upon, and then you can produce something which would be then, marketed together, so to say. So that's what I want you to do, is to look into your area, what has been produced, what was good, what was a possibility to go further and to sell it probably to the whole world if possible. Now, I will rather not encourage you to look at peaches and apples, even if you get a GI, geographical origin, on apples, on peaches. It will not be your big gain. So you will not end up very successfully marketing that peaches or that kiwi or that fruit, whatever it is, or that vegetable, because of one thing. At the end, the market, the consumer, they will just buy the vegetable at the end. Well, that comes from a good area, so okay, but this is from here around, locally grown, and well, I take this one and it's cheaper. I take that one. And the margin you may get for those who are able to take, well, I know that is from that area and they have some standards that is very good for me, so they may take 10% more, and that's it. That is not something which gives the full, which takes the full potential out of the GI. So you want to have it, to have the full possibility to be taken out. And in order to do that, you need to have a non-perishable product, something which would be interesting to others and which gives the possibility to take your ingredients around the area in order to enhance the quality of the product. So look at this and come up in one of the next videos with that. I will look into the matter a bit deeper in a different video. Now, the good news is that you will not do this on your own. So, as I said before, you have an association which is taken care of, so the external things like sale channels, marketing channels, the distribution, they will take more or less all the headache away from you, and that is the different part of IP here, and you can concentrate on your product, on the best of your product. The neighbor is not anymore your competitor on the market. It may be still a competitor with regard to the same product, because you have the same product, right? You follow the same standards. And then you may distinguish yourself from the competitor still through whatever, different flavor, an additional ingredient, traditional recipe, a trade secret you may have. So there are two other things you might think of. One is the trade secret, which is the additional recipe you may have into, and the other is a trademark. If you hear of champagne, you know champagne is champagne, and if you want champagne, they tell you one is, I don't know, Moët Chandon, and the other is Veuve Clicquot, and you have to choose. Both are champagne, right? So one is a different trademark from the other, and one tastes slightly different than the other, although both are champagne. So this is the same here for whatever product you may have in mind, or whatever product which go into the future possibility of a GI. So this video series looks into GI in general. I will go through, for example, the angle of the GI from the producer side, from the associate side. I will go in another video from the angle of the association, which is a bit more technical with regard to the GIs and the different government agencies that they have to deal with. There are a possibility of subventions as well, which is the subventions even from the European Union. That is possible. There are some examples before in order to make a GI functioning, to get some funding from elsewhere. So the association would be possible entity to address this as well. There are some European system which is very much established, 100 years or so, with regard to the kind of GIs, existing GIs. GIs are not only limited to food, to spirit, to liquor, to wine. No, there are handicraft as well. Why not? So handicraft would be as well something to look at in the future. So I want you to enjoy these videos. Hopefully you will learn something, and it will be helpful in order to drive your business. Thank you for tuning in this time, and go for the next videos. Thanks and bye.